Hi developers, today we are diving into CORS, cross-origin resource sharing. You have probably encountered those frustrating CORS errors when working with APIs. But what exactly is CORS? And why does it behave the way it does? Let's find out. I'll explain what CORS is, show you an example, and walk through a coding demo where we will implement and test CORS with a weather service API. First, what is CORS? CORS is a security feature implemented in web browsers. It controls how resources on a web server can be requested from a different domain. Without CORS, browsers block cross-origin requests by default to protect users from potential security risk. Essentially, CORS is a way for a server to say, yes, I trust this origin to access my resources. One common misconception is that CORS applies to all requests, but that's not true. CORS only applies to browser-based requests like those made through JavaScript. Tools like Postman or server-to-server communication are unaffected by the CORS. Now let's dive into the demo. I'm creating a simple weather API. We will configure the CORS for a specific origin and then test the behavior using both the Postman and a browser. Let's start by setting up our environment. Let's create an ASP.NET Core Web API project and let's name it Weather API. Hit next and let's create it. Let's add our CORS to the app settings file. We'll keep the allowed origins array empty for now and we'll configure it later. Let's go to program.cs file and retrieve our CORS settings for the allowed origins. Now we will add the CORS service and configure our options. Alright, now let's define our policy. And let's name our policy as policy. Alright. Okay, let's just maybe check if the allowed origin array has any values in it. And if it does, then we'll configure it using with origins, any allow method, and allow any headers method. Alright. Finally, let's add our CORS policy to the middleware pipeline. And that's it. We are all set to run our test cases. Alright, now we are done. Let's test our API using Postman. Here's our weather API endpoint. Notice it works perfectly. This is because CORS doesn't apply here. But what happens when we use a browser-based request? Let's find out. Let's start by opening our HTML file. This file contains a simple fetch API call and logs the response back to the console. Alright, now let's fire up the command prompt and install the HTTP server using npm. Let's wait for that to finish. Alright, now let's serve our directory while enabling the CORS. Copy the provided IP address and open your browser and paste it in. Alright, let's navigate to our test file. Open the inspect element and check the console. Oh no, a CORS error? Exactly what we expected. That's because we haven't added this IP to our allowed origins. Alright, let's fix this. Open the app settings file and add the IP to the allowed origins array. Alright, now let's restart the server and reload the browser. Boom, success! This time the request went through. Let's check the network tab, and in the devtools, there it is, the access control allow origin header in the response. And that's it. Our fetch call works perfectly now. And there you have it. CORS explained. Isn't it simple? Alright, let's recap it. CORS only applies to browser-based requests. Postman or server-to-server calls bypass CORS policies. To resolve CORS issues, configure your server to allow specific origins. Alright, now we are done for this tutorial. If you found this useful, please like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video.